So this is going to have to be a short one because it's a Saturday and I've only got a few minutes between grass touching. So this actually isn't going to be gameplay that I wanted to do a video on at all, even though I'm still very active. I turned off chat. Some inappropriate stuff was going on down there in the corner, and we're not here to talk about what's happening at the moment. Uh, I've noticed not many people are savvy enough to do a certain thing on a server. I think it's if I do dot server, um, is it plugins? Yeah, mass scan. Anyone can do this. It's hardly really an exploit. It's built into Meteor, and it'll show you all the plugins that run on a server. So a lot of people do this when they're looking for a dupe, and they'll go through the GitHub for each and every one of the plugins. And look for issues being reported for anything they might be able to exploit that the server developer did not intend for. One of these things has happened recently, but it wasn't, at least a dupe this time around. One of those plugins is Anarchy Exploit Fixes. And if you look over here at issue 137, you'll notice some discussion about a fix Redstone Trapdoor Infinite Update crash. There's a very good chance this has been causing some serious TPS lagging issues recently that no one knew what was happening. And you've got the kind of the OG people of the server that hang around the trading platform. You've got Imperials, you've got independent people, and then you have a whole community of Russians. You can even see some of the Cyrillic text here in one of these comments, and we'll come back to this later. But I just want to kind of start out by showing there's a video demonstrating this turn off that audio. But they just do some shenanigans here with Redstone and a trapdoor, a comparator, and then that Redstone torch. And one of these has actually been identified by a player called Zanapt. He found one. Oddly, it was hooked up to like a nether portal, and I think nearby was a lot of netherite blocks. So I think a lot of people right now wonder if there's some relationship between this incredible lag and a duplication glitch on the server. Could be no connection at all. Not really what I'm concerned with, because moving right along here, those Russians. So, Zero Clan. Don't know anything about them really. This is just a map art one of them has made. I thought it was kind of nice. Kind of looks pretty upbeat, very positive energy here. But they were pretty savvy to this issue and another that has already been fixed that I won't go to the page for, that was enabling them to fly under the nether floor and maybe over the nether roof. Most likely just under the nether floor though, because I think other plugins and paper stop you from going over the roof. Not many players want to go under it because it's kind of suicide. Unless you can somehow get back up through with a pearl or, another portal underneath. I don't know. This guy, James, no idea who this is, but he seems to know what Phantom Captain is up to. He listed, he's used the, not the kindest language, but, he's probably pretty aggravated with the situation. He banned all these people, okay? Most of them are the Russians, and I do have this nice little infographic here because they desperately need to be heard right now, and this is making me wonder if there's more going on than meets the eye. Maybe they aren't guilty. I don't want to insert any bias here. I really don't have any. I'm pretty new, but you can see that they were, made kind of popular by their Beehive Cord exploit that they used. So, Zero. Found a lot of bases. It was actually kind of sad because people like Ormonger do amazing builds, things that you hate to see griefed. But at the same time, it gave us an opportunity to see what they've been working on because you reveal your project before it gets blown up. So bittersweet. Condolences to anyone who lost a base there. Longtime players leaving. I don't know who was leaving the server because their bases were being blown up. That kind of seems odd to me, that assumption, because it's Anarchy. There's always an expectation that your base is going to get blown up on, and this James guy, he's not responsible to prevent griefing. He's only responsible to prevent, people moving at light speed, and lagging the server. Because obviously, people moving too quickly can really break the game for everybody, and lagging the server, obvious. But beyond that, I don't really ever think that there'd be any other involvement from, Bantam Captain. Now, this might have just been pretext to make the argument that, oh, if those people leave, they won't be donating to the server. Really, I mean, maybe I can see why you'd be looking for reasons why you would have been banned unfairly if you were banned unfairly. So, just saying this argument, I know why it might be made, but I don't know if it's really backed up by evidence. Um, this is just a note from the patched Cordon exploit via Beehive and Bnest. Really, this is just showing the change log of that Anarchy exploit fixes plugin. Development of that plugin is probably tied very closely to development of the server overall. Seems to be kind of really a Constantium thing. These are the names of everyone that was banned, and it looks like they took the time to actually, note who Zero claims and who Zero does not know. They created so they just explain that what they found, they only stole from other bases. So if there's a dupe, Zero may have actually cord exploited actual dupers on the server, thus somewhat exposing a private dupe. And bringing all that netherite back to Zero stashes with everyone hunting them kind of brought all that netherite into the light. And we could be seeing multiple overlapping crises in the community. And we're only seeing, whatever's made public right now. Obviously, I'm just taking things from discords and such. So yep, they talk about their base being mysteriously found. Because they said there's no trails, anything like that. Look, bases can be found. People get lucky. There's still tunnel ESP. There are people using things that track the fluid updates. If like lava's already fallen 3 blocks, the server's been loaded for a certain amount of time. So in certain dimensions, and I know it's happening. Just not super, into that myself. 10 minutes later, the alt is banned. What would they do? Griefing. Season account identified as an alt of Spoo. Yeah. So, look, it's a shame to ever see this many people be, jettisoned from a community. We can only hope due diligence was done. The only concern is, if it was for a reason that didn't entail a game-breaking exploit. If this was just personal about, saving other players to, protect feelings, that would be a scandal. That would be a conspiracy. And yeah, that's all.